looking at and you're thinking like, oh my goodness, that's not good. But for right now, we're going to have to drop talk of that. We got triple commit, we got the Peeps. And the Peeps, once again, have not yet played on stream. And Bork is playing in the Aftershock, and Raw Greg is playing in the Hot Shot. And what am I looking at right now? What is that? He's playing in a Jaeger. Oh my goodness.
So I wanted just someone to play with the breakout. I think they're messing with me right now.
That could very well be it. But here we go. Fact of the matter is that it's happened. This is such a strange play. But triple commit. A solid team nonetheless. Pirates off the ceiling. Oh, he's got his flip left. Outstanding shot. That is quality. Textbook ceiling shots right there. It's a clinic.
Yeah, you saw that one coming. He had it lined up perfectly, and the defense not in a position. Textbook, like you said. Unbelievable ceiling shot coming out. Peeps showing they've got the skill. They're not going to be outclassed.
And again, Pirates with the Season 9 RNG champ tag. It just goes to show if you're a good player in Rumble, then you got all the one skills. As the saying goes. I don't think that's a saying, but
I've heard that before. Yeah, that's a big saying.
Yeah. You heard that from your buddy Squid once?
Yeah,
I think so. Bork off to his own side wall in the zone. Pass back. Remain on the blue half field. Good demo on net. Arsenal, sorry, Gyro. Can't put that one on target. Arsenal was responsible for the demolition. Down low. They will keep it on the triple commit side as we pass the 1 minute mark here. Gyro looking for the double tap, touched away. They can't seem to get it out of their own end, though. Massive plays going on here for the Peeps. It feels like it's all their game right now.
Yeah, triple commit I've seen this happen before to them. They're very comfortable on offense. When they get hemmed up in their own end like that, it can be trouble. This is better, though. They're back down the field. This is where they want to be. Now see if they can keep up that pressure. No, good job to push it back downfield. Looks like it's going to be Peeps' ball.
One shot and they got pushed away. But we shall have to see if they can return it to the orange half of the field. Bit of a miscommunication there, and wow, I can't believe that one didn't go in. It looked like Pirates just kind of phased through the ball there for a second, but I guess that's what happens when you're playing against Savvy on the goal line. You're just going to get it away no matter what you do. And a saving grace there for triple commit. Honestly, I'm going to have to go watch the replay back.
Yeah, that was close. I think it was the angle that Pirates had on his flip. He was facing more towards the ground when he flipped. He might have hit the ball right into the defender there. Definitely a missed chance, but still Peeps on top and still pressuring.
Past the 3 minute mark now. Savvy going to toss this one downfield. Arsenal nice and easily going to boom that one downfield. Raw Greg just going to try and slow it down for a second. Pirates over to Arsenal, and that's a textbook play into the upper 90. We saw coming from a mile away.
That's a beautiful play right there. Raw Greg going to want that touch back, but that read by Pirates, seeing that Arsenal is right there in the center. You got defenders everywhere, and still tape to tape goes right to Pirates. Great goal for the Peeps.
For Savvy right there, he was just below Arsenal. It's just kind of one of those leapfrog moments where it's like, where did you come from? I had this completely zoned out. You shouldn't have even been close. The Peeps right here. Gyro, good job getting that one away. Double tap downfield. Bork going to take him out for his troubles, and well, there's another one gone. Arsenal's taken off the field. Bork now to center to Raw Greg. I like the idea there, but no boost for Bork. Couldn't move enough up to get that shot. Yeah,
not quite in that position. You called it. He had literally zero boost there, but that quick 1-2 play, fantastic to see. And now the pressure's still coming here for triple commit, trying to get a goal back here and trying to get themselves back into this game one. Oh.
This one dangerous in front of the net, and a quality goal right there. Gyro, quicker than Bork could be right in front of that one. And it makes you wonder what exactly is going wrong for triple commit right now, because it doesn't look like they're making too many triple commits.
Defense letting them down a little bit. That play off the wall, a good one to bank it off, self-pass there, but still a little bit of an overcommit, I think, right there on the goal line. But honestly, the Peeps, I'm not ready to call triple commit out. I'm just saying the Peeps are playing really, really well right now.
I think I would have to agree with you on that one. We might see some vehicle changes after game one here if they do end up losing it out. Well, the Peeps do have...
Maybe to the Scarab, or...
Maybe, yeah, probably the Scarab, honestly. Best car in the game, to be perfectly honest. But the Peeps, once again on the offense. Bork up to Savvy, towards the net, but again, easily shut down. It feels like everything they throw out on target just isn't nearly enough to get past this solid wall.
Yeah, it really does, and they're not finding any offense. Even right now when they've got pressure, no shots to come from it.
Once again in the blue half. Bork going to play this from his own ceiling, over towards Savvy. Raw Greg does inherit it at the midfield line, bit of an awkward 50-50. Pirates to the side wall. Arsenal pushing up on this one. No, defers to Raw Greg. It'll be moving down the other way. Raw Greg does get that boost in the corner. Could be... Nope. No, never mind.
Great wall play, though, honestly. That was a really good clear. It seems like Triple Commit are starting to heat up a little bit. They may be a little bit too far behind in this game here, especially with plays like this coming through for the Peeps. Gyro with a great play. Was that up off the... No, just
quite.
A little bit of a whiff there, too.
Renegade was trying to force it to look like, I mean, when you're facing off against Gyro with such good control of the ball, you realize it's like you can go for it, but, I mean, the best you're going to do is just force him to kind of lose control. So, I mean, you can't feel too bad about that.
That was the Gyro gyrate there. Did you see that?
Yeah, I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about on that one, but thanks for the input.
That's his specialty move. Come on, man.
It is now. Don't know what it is, but it is. New Rocket League mechanic coming 2020. Spring 2020. But in all reality, the Peeps looking too dominant in this one. I do like what you mentioned earlier. Triple Commit did seem to be heating up. But as far as that's concerned, they're going to need to turn up the temperature to probably 400 in order to get where they're going.
Yeah, this is one they were going to want to just kind of put behind them. They didn't come out very strong and didn't find much offense throughout the game. Honestly, they're trying for some east-west plays that maybe aren't working. Maybe just put the ball downfield. Try to get the ball into the Peeps' end because they need that pressure.
I do agree with you there, but at the same time, I mean, we've seen a couple of plays where they just try and push it as far downfield as they can. It just end up getting ping-ponged right back into their corners, so it's difficult to say. Again, the Peeps, such a solid team. There's a reason that they were in the rival series, so what can you really say about it?
Honestly, I could say that's a pretty good matchup there and a pretty good showing by the Peeps. They end up keeping the Triple Commit team off of the board there, get the shutout and also the 4 goals as well. So just a good team effort, honestly, to play. They really kept the Triple Commit team from having any sort of offensive chances. I do see the 6 shots on the board for Triple Commit, but still not a whole lot of good offensive presence.
Yeah, I have to agree. VOD, anything that you saw maybe we didn't catch? I mean, Triple Commit, obviously, like you said, maybe a little bit more offense?
You guys pretty much summed it up quite well already. It's just the Peeps have been playing so well the entire time. They had the most shots, had the most saves, only saw 1 save defensively for Triple Commit. So maybe the defense just needs to improve for Triple Commit. What are you guys' thoughts on that? Was it just the Peeps being so dominant, or the defense of Triple Commit just a bit lackluster on that one?
Well, I mean, actually, I do have a point about that. That's a good talking point. I mean, defense of Triple Commit is something we didn't really touch base on. But when you think about it, they did have a couple of open net opportunities that made it rather easy for them to make connections.
Yeah, and it's a situation where we didn't have to talk about their defense much because they were running all over upper 90 in that first series yesterday. So honestly, they're very comfortable on offense, but they do look exposed a little bit on defense. So it will definitely be interesting to see if they can just get the ball downfield. There's not really been any sustained pressure for them.
Well, we'll have to see. Lots of adaptations can be put into effect here. Like I say, losing game 1, not necessarily a curse. Well, other than losing game 1, that might be a little bit of a curse in a best of 3, but at least they have the chance to adapt. And here's Bork looking downfield, and I love the opportunity right out of the gate. Arsenal was there to shut it down, but was looking at an open net there for just a split second. And as we open up, Triple Commit looking towards the midfield line. Raw Greg for a back pass. Savvy will be able to touch that one off to the corner, but dangerous already. Arsenal off the top corner, and there's Pirates like clockwork, gonna send it on through.
Yeah, and again, we talked about the defense for Triple Commit. 2 guys in the corner, and there's Bork as well, all overloading that side of the field. That man, Pirates, was wide open on the wing.
And again, Season 9 RNG champ just goes to show. I mean, he scored first both times, and they really only needed 1 goal in game 1.
I'm a Rumble main now. That's what I've learned. Nothing but.
Rumble is the new metagame. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, you can tell right here, plenty of power-ups going on. You can tell with Gyro's Magnet Ball that we saw last match. This one gonna drop down into center. Good passing opportunity, but they just did not want to commit too hard on that one because, again, we were talking about the defense may have been a little bit lackluster. That one just barely away from the reach of the blue players. And Gyro will be able to get all the way downfield. And once again, their attacking run shut down in 2 swift moves.
Yeah, but Bork had a good push there to keep the pressure on. That's what Triple Commit need to do. Can't let up right now. Have to try and play your game, which is typically push downfield. Offense is the best defense for them.
And we should mention, no car change. So despite the fact that they didn't opt to go for the God tier Scarab, I do have faith in Triple Commit to make a comeback here. They will be starting up a little bit of offense on the side. Bork back to Raw Greg now. A bit awkward here at the midfield. Past 1. Arsenal on the back wall, beat out by Bork, but does have the read. Savvy Seal gets stumped as well. Arsenal's looking at an open net downfield, but the awkward landing makes it not so. and Triple Commit walk away with a little bit of a freebie there.
Yeah, but it wasn't just the touches from Triple Commit as they get the touch into the net. Savvy finally on the board. I haven't heard us talk about Savvy much. He's such a great player. It's crucial for Triple Commit that he gets involved.
Yeah, and actually that's a good point. We haven't talked about Savvy. We haven't talked much about Bork or Greg either, which is very concerning considering how often we usually talk about Bork and Savvy on the offensive end. So the fact they're getting shut down so often that we don't really have many comments is very concerning. But they have broken the drought. Finally got one goal on the board right there. Gyro looked like he was a little bit empty in net. But as the saying goes, we take those. If you're Triple Commit. Off the side.
Is that their saying?
I think that's everyone's saying.
Okay.
Past the 3-minute mark now. Pirates towards the net, just a little bit wide. Bit of a concerning situation. But they were able to get it away. Bork now speculating upfield, trying to earn them some ground. Towards the net, Arsenal clears that one up to Pirates. Good idea and a great shutdown from Savvy. They're finally starting to close the gap. There's nobody back anymore. Last man taken out, Savvy. A little bit screwed up the read there for Gyro, and it will give them an opportunity to send it away. And I suppose if you can screw up your opponents, then that's just about as good as getting a touch on.
Yeah, definitely get in there and get that disruption play in. Definitely worked out for Triple Commit, and they're starting to find life a little bit here after they got that game tied up.
On the back wall, Arsenal looking low. Bit of an awkward interaction there. That one's going to go towards the net. Great save from Savvy. And they're looking down the other way. Can he get this one on target? He's going to be a blast towards the net. Oh my goodness. Arsenal almost had that one. He put so much effort. You could tell the Jimmy status is rustled.
Savvy is nuts, able to just take the team and put them on his back. You saw him come off of the top of the goal to make that save. That was unbelievable. And of course, he pushes it down and gets the goal. Just a great play from Savvy on both sides of the field.
And as I mentioned, it was a bit concerning that we weren't able to talk about Savvy much before, but now we have plenty of talking points, and here's Gyro going to shut down that lead immediately with a nice aerial from the center of the field.
Yeah, short-lived was the lead for Triple Commit. Good work off the wall. Gyro reads that bounce and puts it down through. Bork nearly able to get over in time, but not enough. That's got to feel bad for Triple Commit when you just got your lead.
Fair enough, but at the same time, I want Bork to realize that, okay, it was just a simple mistake. You can get it, you can fix that next time. Wasn't a complete, rotational error, but it's just that little thing. It's like, okay, well, easy to fix. We'll get it next time. And as the game is tied up here, hopefully we'll get it next time. Oh, they do just barely. It's Raw Greg on the goal line. Bork gonna try and keep it away. Still dangerous, and Savvy gets the first touch on the ball there. The Peeps barely shut out right there. And finally, the Triple Commit defense seems to be coming together, but a bit of a strange play in front of the box there. We'll keep the ball in the blue half.
Yeah, Triple Commit, you can tell they want to push on offense. They got that thought, but they've got to be responsible on defense first before they push out of the zone. They're getting hemmed up right now. Peeps coming in, another shot coming through. Gyro gets it past the defender from a pass for Pirates.
And this is just the Peeps being the Peeps. Constant pressure, making use of the opposing errors is one of the things that you see at the highest level of play. And like I said, there was a bit of a strange interaction between Raw Greg and Bork, and at the top of the box resulted in the Peeps able to maintain that pressure. And for Triple Commit now, very dangerous waters. So they're down by 1 with 70 seconds remaining. Tournament lives on the line here. Savvy from the backfield, shut down by Arsenal, has Pirates to work with, no touch made there. 1 minute buzzer sounds. Triple Commit can't get this one into the orange. Just barely shut down into center. Pirates is an open net to shoot at just off the right side, and you can count on him to put it in the perfect spot every single time.
Yeah, the corners, though, right now for Triple Commit, just not doing them any favors. We saw a very similar play on a goal from the Peeps earlier, where the ball just squirts out front after the loss in the corner. These 50-50s are not doing Triple Commit any favors. Now that 2-goal lead from the Peeps is going to make this really difficult. They're pressing again. Another shot coming from Gyro. Doesn't get it, but that means they're just going to still maintain this field position, and that one hurts.
That more than hurts. That stings. That is, oh my, I think it's safe to say nobody was really expecting this one, least of all the Triple Commit players, but I don't think there's any way to dance around that. That was an own goal from Savvy.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate, especially when they are trying their absolute best to cling to any hope here, but looking like if the Peeps can just hold on to this 3-goal lead, they will be moving forward. We talked about the Peeps, an extremely good team, and they have shown that they are that here. Just 30 seconds to go.
Well, at least for Savvy, you're an offensive titan. A bit indiscriminate, but still an offensive titan, nonetheless. No matter what net you're shooting on, and he's been doing well in defense. Nice save right there. As individuals, I really do like what I'm seeing from Triple Commit, but they just don't seem to be coming together as a unit this time around. Arsenal going to tack on an extra one to that lead. Now 4 goals and 17 seconds, and this is all but over.
Yeah, and you've seen it in the past, I think, where they do kind of rely on some of those individual efforts to gain ground upfield, and the Peeps were not having any of that.
Absolutely agree, and it looks like it will be a 2-0 series in the favor of the Peeps. So now that really begs the question, moving on to face off against Regalia. Do the Peeps look strong enough to beat that team out? And obviously, they have a lot of momentum at the end of this game after taking down Triple Commit and once again, who 2-0'd upper 90 in the upper bracket. So it's kind of a little bit of an interesting thought, I guess we'll say. Dynamics are just all over the place. I don't really know what to expect from their next match.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is why we're all here, right? Because nobody really knows what's going to happen. I think of all the teams that are left, all the matchups that are left, they're all going to be very close, and they're all going to be really a question mark as far as what happens. I really like, though, what Peeps were able to bring, especially nullifying the offense of Triple Commit. We did not see really any offense from them in both of those games.
I mean, we saw a little bit of offense towards the first half of that game where we saw the 2 goals by Savvy, and you guys mentioned it yourselves. We didn't really mention him too much in the first game at all. Even Bork and even Rogreg. Usually we're used to mentioning Savvy and Bork coordinating together to get those goals. What was lacking in their usual connection we see from them?
Oh my goodness. I mean, I feel like it was just the pacing of the Peeps. Honestly, I don't feel like this was really on Triple Commit. I mean, it looked like they were trying so hard, and Game 2 definitely didn't look like their day on defense. I mean, to be fair, Day 1 wasn't exactly their day on defense either. But for the Peeps, they just came out, they looked so strong. You see it in here in the replay package. So many good goals from them connecting with each other, and solo plays as well.
I have another question to follow up that one. I'm going to throw this one at you, Samael. Do you think this is really the difference between the rival series bar that they have set when it comes to the quality of teams and the community team bubble that we're seeing with a lot of these qualified teams?
I mean, yeah, I would agree with you, but you have to understand, too, a lot of these teams are pushing that envelope as well. They're right there on the cusp. But, yeah, you do see that consistency. I kind of talked about it with RBG, even though they went down. That consistency in a team is really the mark of a good one. And the Peeps have consistently performed in a majority of the tournaments that they've played. And, yeah, the RLRS experience or even that mindset, right, really cannot be understated. I mean, they know the type of players they are. They've proven it in the past. So if they are ever in a situation where maybe they're down or anything like that, they're going to have the understanding that they can always come back. But they knew there that I think they understood what they were bringing. Look at that ceiling shot. One of the first goals. Was that the first goal out the gate? I mean, that set the tone for the entire match.
Yeah, you're talking about RLS experience, and we're talking about Regalia as well at the same time, because we saw Halcyon really come out and play as a star player for Regalia in the last match versus RBG. They won out, and of course, we're looking forward to that next match, the Peeps versus Regalia later down the line. That's going to be an interesting one as well. So we're going to have 2 of those teams that looked like, wow, they came out, they played really well.
Speaking about the RLRS, the qualifiers, the rival series, it's going to be awesome to see Tricomit, who are going to try and qualify with Dapper instead of Nap, who played with them throughout a lot of these Renegade Cup monthlies. So a lot of these teams making different changes throughout the offseason to try and qualify on March 2nd during those first qualifiers. But we will see more of them later on them, but we will see more of the Peeps as they move on to face off Regalia. And the next match we have is going to be a good one. Lights Out versus Upper 90. We're going to take a quick break before we get into that one. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be a good one, and we'll be back in just a second.